Caitlin, could you tell us a little bit about your eye, the hit, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game? Thanks.
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down, and obviously a tough time for that to happen. Like I got some really good looks. I felt I had three pretty wide open threes in the first half that like you usually make. So that's tough, but I felt like I battled and tried my best. Took care of the ball better than I usually do, which is a positive. But overall, like coach said in the locker room, like we were down 3 the first quarter, down 5 second quarter, and then lost by 3 in the third. Like we were right there, and I felt like we just played a crappy game. Like the flow of the game was really bad. I don't know if that was the refereeing. That was probably partly us because we struggled to get stops at times, but also like the clock getting messed up. It was just one thing after the next. But yeah, overall, like it didn't bother me. Obviously, it didn't feel too good when it happened, but it is what it is.
Front row on the right.
Christy and Caitlin, this was a different look in terms of putting Dawana on Caitlin and Dejanay on Kelsey. Did that do anything to affect how you guys, played throughout the game? Did that have any impact on the play today?
I think, they were going to make adjustments. They were going to change up their schemes. They were going to change the matchups. We had talked about getting back the matchups that we wanted, that we thought would be helpful for us. I agree with what Caitlin just said. We scored 69 points, and when we go back and watch this, I didn't really say much because I want to go back and watch and just kind of see. But I think we just, these guys are going to shoot the ball a lot better on Wednesday, and that's going to make a huge difference. And the first 3 quarters we battled. I think we got rattled in the third a little bit when they started they hit some shots. But then we kept making shots, and then we really, that fourth quarter, we stopped scoring. And then they had some late buckets, after the game was out of reach. But, some things that, some highlights, they had 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. And I think we gave up 2 the rest of the game. We just got to find those positives. We had 23 assists on 27 baskets, and I'm pretty sure, like Caitlin said, when we go back and look, there were some wide open shots that would have given us even more assists right there. So, whatever matchup they come with, I still think we had some good looks. We just have to do a better job of, they had 50 points in the paint.
Doug in the front row, and then Alexa in the second row.
Caitlin, what positives do you take away from this first game? And I think in the third quarter, timeout, you went to the bench, slammed the chair, and then hit a couple of shots right after that. I mean, I don't know if that cleared your head or got you going, or just frustration and things happen afterwards.
Yeah, well, I felt like my shot felt right there. That's why it's so frustrating as a shooter, when it feels so good, but it won't go down for you. That's what sucks about it. But like I said, I'm proud of our team. We battled, we fought. It wasn't pretty, but, we were right there. I think we cut it to 8 there with a few minutes to go in the third, but then I think they came back down and maybe hit a 3 on us. So I think it went into, they were up maybe by 11 going into the fourth, and could never really claw back into it really to give ourselves a chance.
Kelsey and Coach, if you want to add in on this too, what did you think was the difference in the fourth quarter, especially with Marina Mabrey kind of going off, and how can you guys maybe defend her a little bit better in the next game?
I think that we should err on the side of aggressiveness, with or without adjustment. I think that we should our 12 should be aggressive to start the game, to make, great players gonna make tough shots, but I think that we could be better in those areas of just mucking it up and making it a little bit more uglier when they do take tough shots. And I think that, that's our big step, to make them take tough shots all game. I think we could have done better in that area.
Yeah, I've agreed. I just think we have to close their space down a lot more. I mean, we can't even let her, got to close it down and then get hands up and contest. I'm pretty sure when I go back and watch, I don't think one of our goals is to contest every shot. And I think we had some closeouts where our hands were down. And that, in the playoffs, good players are going to make plays. And that, that's what Marina did tonight.
Stay in the middle row, second row, Cassandra.
Caitlin, you had talked yesterday about how you felt like every time the team played here, you just didn't play well, and then you called it a crappy game today. Mm-hmm. Is there something about this building or being here that impacts that?
No. Like I said, we were down 8 or something, maybe 11 going into the fourth. We had our chances. I felt like I said, we didn't play well. We didn't play to the level that we're capable of playing. And we didn't shoot the ball like we're capable of. But even that to the side. Like we're capable of winning this game without making shots. Our defense could have been a little bit better. Obviously Marina gets hot and she's a really good player, but I had a few lapses on the defensive end where, like, as a shooter, once you see 2 in a row go in, like, the basket looks huge, so you can't allow that. But like I said, I mean, we can win. It's not anything about the building. It's not about the gym. It's not about the hoops. Like, I have all the confidence in the world in this team, and everybody in our locker room does, and I know we'll be a lot better on Wednesday.
Second row on the left and then second row on the right from Matt next.
Coach, you got pretty animated and got a technical foul early in the game, and Caitlin mentioned in her first answer about the refs. So is that something you could talk about?
Yeah, I just feel like there's some body contact. There's some sometimes these guys are coming off screens and movements where they're just getting bodied a lot. I thought that was happening early. I thought AB was getting not getting some calls down low that she probably should have. But at the end of the day, like it's not about the officiating tonight for sure. I mean, we've got to be better defensively. I mean, and then to the question before that was asked, it's not the building the hoops. Like, the Connecticut Sun is a really, really good team. They're a really good team with a lot of experience, and they know what it takes to step up to that next level, that playoff level, and that's what we're going to be, and that's who we are going to become. And so that is, they made it really difficult, and we've got to close that gap.
Go Matt in the second row, then Scott on the far right on the wall.
Yeah, Kelsey, getting to the playoffs, getting to this moment has been a long time coming for you, and it's kind of a tough opener. So I guess I'm just curious, what are your emotions and sort of processing that right now, right after the game?
Turning the page, man. It's nothing else I could do. I like to think that every time I step on the floor, I give my best. I think that our team try to give our best, but me individually, the goal is always get my best, and I take it on the chin. Look forward to what's happening on Wednesday. So I'm excited to hash out the details, look at the film as a group, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday.
Got last one in the room, Scott. Then we got one on Zoom for Maddie.
Chrissy, how disruptive did you feel like that start, all the chaos that kind of ensued was, and more to that, how much more do you need to get out in transition, which obviously stems from what you were doing defensively?
Yeah, I mean, this is playoff basketball, and that's just, we've got to be able to handle when it gets chaotic. We've got to be able to handle it. We've got to have, when things aren't going our way, when we need to, slow it down and take a good shot. Like, we're gonna run. We're gonna play with pace. That is what we're gonna do. You got to get stops to do that. But that is where we are at our best. And again, I mean, we had some great looks. We had some great looks, both in transition and also in the half court. So, like Kelsey said, my gosh, like, we're going to figure it out, and we've got another opportunity on Wednesday to come back and then take this thing home.
Last one on Zoom, Matt.